Hello everyone, welcome to this good morning stretch. Today we're just going to get ourselves up and moving and stretched out. This will be great for the morning, but you can do this at any point in time during the day if you just need to get a good stretch in, if you're super sore, or you just need to take it slow for the day. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our basic flow, but we're not going to get on the ground just yet. So we're going to start standing, and shoes are optional for this. If you want to grab a mat, feel free to. So from here, we're going to go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the top. And then we're just going to exhale, bring those hands back behind us. Interlace your fingers behind your back and then open up the chest. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, release those hands, draw them through center. Go ahead and just separate those shoulder blades. Inhale, lift back up to the top. And then exhale into a forward fold. So slight bend in the knees here. Keep it nice and gentle before we start warming up or anything like that. We want to keep it nice and soft. From here, we're going to inhale halfway up and go ahead and straighten those legs just a little bit more on that inhale. Exhale into that forward fold, releasing your head down. Good, slowly roll it on up to the top. Inhale, sweep those arms back up. Good, this time grabbing onto our right wrist, we're going to lean up and over to the left side. Good, bringing it back through center. Go ahead and switch over, grabbing onto that opposite wrist, lean up and over. Good, back through center. Release those hands all the way back behind you again. Interlace the fingers behind your back, open up, take a deep inhale. Good, exhale, release those hands, interlace in front of you, stretching out through the shoulders. Back up through the top, big stretch up overhead. Exhale, release yourself down. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into that forward fold. Good, slowly roll it back up. We're gonna do that one more time through. Inhale, sweep those hands all the way up to the top, grabbing onto the right wrist, lean up and over to that left side. Good, big stretch up and over. Inhale through center, switch. Exhale. Good, inhale back up through, releasing those hands all the way back behind you. One more time, interlace. Good, this time we're gonna keep those hands interlaced. Exhale into our forward fold. Opening up the front of the shoulders just a little bit here. Good, try to release any tension out of your head. Shake yes and no, allowing those hands to come up as high as you can. Deep breath here. Exhale, release those hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into that forward fold. Good, from here we're gonna walk those feet all the way together. So kind of heel toe your feet together. And then we're gonna take it into a little chair squat here to warm up those legs. So sweep those arms up to the top, hands come up nice and high. So when you do this chair squat pose, stay down there. But when you do this, I want your knees and your feet together. A lot of times I'll see this happen. You wanna keep those feet together so we can keep those knees nice and safe. Good, holding there, starting to fire up those quads. We're gonna exhale, drop those hands down and back. Good, leaning forward, almost like you're a skier here. Good, from here we're gonna step our right leg back and swing those arms up to the top. Good, so this is going to be a nice stretch through that hip flexor. A lot of times people will take too short of a step back and kind of be here. I really want you to over accentuate that big step and then sink those hips down into it, press forward. Those arms should still be up there. Good, from here, release those hands down. We're gonna just lean forward up and over that front leg. So you will feel a little fire in that front glute, maybe even in that quad. Good, from here, we're gonna place those hands down to the ground, setting that back knee down. Untuck your toes of your back foot. And we're gonna just gently walk our hands into the inside of that front foot and walk that front foot out away from the midline of the body. So all that means is instead of being here, we're just gonna take those hands on the inside and then kind of walk that foot outward. So this is gonna give us a little bit more room to really sink down into that stretch. This is called a dragon. And I don't want you getting too deep into it. It's just a little baby dragon. So just taking it easy here. Take one more deep breath here. Good, exhale. We're gonna just start to kind of tuck that back toe under and walk that front knee towards you. And then we're gonna sit up into a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So with this one, you'll be on that back knee. You can take a little bit of a step forward with that front knee. And then we're gonna shift forward. Good, so similar stretch, just not as deep. One deep breath here. Good, we're gonna peel it back up, tuck those back toes under, step it forward just a little bit, and then square off that back foot. So from here, instead of being in that lunge position, we wanna just kind of turn that back foot so that it's parallel with the back of your mat or the wall behind you. From here, we're gonna set down our elbow right up on top of the knee, and we're gonna sweep that arm up and over. Good, so this is called a side angle stretch. And the main focus here is to stretch through that side body. So we're gonna sink down nice and low and really open up. If you don't quite feel a stretch here, you can also take a block down onto the ground, get a little lower, or even just kind of taking your elbow, digging it in, grabbing onto the ankle. I feel it so much more when I get down a little lower. If you're really flexible, taking it all the way down to the ground, deep breath here. Good. Exhale, using that core strength, lift yourself back up. This time coming into a little bit of a T, shortening up that stance. Triangle pose on this side. So what we're gonna do is lean forward, keeping both legs straight. You kind of shift those hips back, and then we're just gonna gently drop our hand down. Opposite arm lifts towards the ceiling. Now the lower you get with that front arm, the harder it will be. So the more intense the stretch will be. If you need to make this a little easier, you can back off just a little bit here. Once again, if you need to grab onto a table or like a foam roller or a box or something to elevate yourself, you can. If you want to make this more intense, get lower. Deep breath here. Good, one more. We're gonna exhale, drop our hand down, square off that front foot so that it's facing forward, and we're gonna go into a waterfall stretch. Good, releasing yourself down towards your leg, shifting those hips back behind you. Good. Exhale, stepping that leg forward. Sweep those arms up, going into our chair squat pose. So holding here again. Now you may feel a little uneven here. So in that chair squat, if you need to, kind of like shake out those hips, do a couple circles, then sink down. Good, we're gonna exhale, swing those arms back behind you, holding here. Maybe even sinking lower into those hips, preparing ourselves for that opposite side now. Good, from here, we're gonna step that leg back behind you, inhale, lift up. So we're on the opposite leg now. Hopefully you caught that. So with that right leg forward, or the opposite one that you've already done, we're gonna sink down nice and low into that crescent lunge. Good, exhale, swing those arms back. This is where you start to feel that glute fire up, almost shifting that body weight forward, up over the top of that front leg. Good, hold here. Beautiful, we're gonna inhale, step that leg down onto the ground. Inhale, sweep those arms up. So we're into that little bit of a lunge here before we take it into that dragon. Stepping those hands down onto the inside of that front foot, walk your foot out away from the midline of the body, sink down into our baby dragon. Good, so you can kind of press your knee out a little bit wider here, if that feels comfortable for you. There's really nothing comfortable about this stretch, so try to just breathe through it. Good, one more deep breath here. Bringing that knee back towards the middle of your body, tucking that back toe under, and then we're gonna press back up into that crescent lunge. Good, from here we're gonna square off that back foot, and we're gonna come down into that side angle. So I'm gonna flip around. You guys are gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm just gonna take a turn so I can still face you. So that front leg, the toe will be facing out towards the wall in front of you. That back leg, it's gonna be parallel with the wall. And then we lift that arm up and over, taking that elbow down onto the knee. Deep breath here. Remembering the advancement here, if you wanna take it down. Woo, makes it so much harder. Breathe. Good. Inhale, bringing it back up to the top. We're gonna walk that foot up just a little bit here, and then we're gonna shift those legs. So keeping the legs straight, arms out to a T, reach it forward And then we're gonna drop down into our triangle. So arms are stacking, nice line straight up towards the ceiling. If your gaze wants to follow or look down, there's not a right or wrong here, just whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. Good, really try to reach down for that ground as you start to feel your body loosen up a little bit. Good, releasing our hand from the top down to the bottom, squaring off that front foot, going into our waterfall stretch. Deep breath. Good, and then we're gonna step it forward one more time into that chair squat. Last little bit here, so arms are gonna be up, feet are together. Good, from here we're gonna lift up onto those toes. You may start to feel those legs shake just a little bit. Try to hold those ankles together. Good, from here, setting those heels down onto the ground, arms come back one more time. This time extend those legs out, release down into that forward fold. Good, deep breath here. Inhale all the way up to the top. Release those arms up, grabbing onto that wrist one more time. This time, take a big step out, lifting up and over into that side body stretch. Back through center switch. Good, one more time through center. Release it back down to the ground. This time, taking it into a wide leg forward fold. So taking those legs out as nice and long as you can. And then releasing your head down. So if you're a really short stance right here and you're not very flexible, you want to get those legs wider. So don't be afraid to really get the legs out there and then release yourself down. Try to release your head, shake it yes and no so that there's no tension within the head. Go ahead and release yourself over to one side. It doesn't really matter what side, whichever side feels best. Good, go ahead and switch it over, opposite side. Bringing it back through. Bringing those feet a little bit closer together and then pressing those knees out nice and wide here. So big sumo squat position, knees are gonna be touching the elbows, and you wanna use those elbows to kind of pry your knees open here. You can kind of shift side to side if that feels good. Straighten those legs back out, and then we're gonna go into a lateral lunge stretch here. So just taking it over to one side. And we're gonna finish out this little stretch. Switch it over, opposite side. I hope you feel a little bit more limber here. Good, go ahead and stand up. Last one is gonna be a quad stretch here. So just taking that heel, pressing it forward, stand up nice and tall. Good, go ahead and switch, opposite side. Deep breath. I'm actually a little sweaty from that. Good, we're gonna finish out today. Couple twist torso rotation. Loosen it up just a little bit here, and we're gonna finish with our 2 inhales. Hopefully you feel a little bit better. A little bit more motion through the joints. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale out, one more time, deep breath in. And exhale out. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a great day. Catch you later.